In this video, we will use computation, multiplication, addition, subtraction, and division, and figure out how many significant figures we should round off. So the idea here is not to write every digit that's on your calculator. So our first example here is 5.6792 plus 0.6 plus 4.33. Anytime you have the addition computation, you're going to go with the number of decimal places. So the number of decimal places here is 4. The number of decimal places here is 2. The number of decimal places here is 1. The weakest link is 1. Okay, so you can never put more significant figures than the number of significant figures that's in your problem. So the limiting is 1 for one decimal. For addition and subtraction, you want to look for the number of decimal places. So doing this on our calculator, 5.6792 plus 0.6 plus 4.33. The answer is 10.6092, but one decimal place is the number of sig figs for addition and subtraction. The correct answer here is 10.6. If it was 10.65, I may round it up to 10.7, but 10.6 is the right answer. Same thing with this one, subtraction, 2 decimal places here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 decimal places here. Your answer here is going to be to 2 decimal places because that's the weakest link. Let's go ahead and do that on our calculator. 3.70 minus 2.9133 and 0.7867. I'm going to round this up to 0.79. Remember, our weakest link is 2 decimal places. Since that third digit in the decimal is a 6, I'm going to round it up to 0.79. By the way, always put units. So units, units, units. Multiplication and division, it's the number of sig figs that matters, not the number of decimal places, which is with addition and subtraction. Here it's the number of sig figs that provides the weakest link. So 4.51 is 3 significant figures. This number here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant figures. So 3 sig figs versus 5 sig figs. 3 sig figs is the weakest link. So 4.51 times 3.6666. So 3 sig figs is going to make this to 16.5. With that 3, I'm not going to round up. So 16.5 centimeters squared. Okay, get those units in there. Right, centimeters times centimeters is centimeters squared. All right, this one is pretty tricky. We have a combination of addition and division. So let's do this piecemeal here. So let's first do this problem. 3 times 10 to the 4 is 1 sig fig. 6 plus 6.827 is 4 sig figs. But remember, in the addition, we go with decimals. And so that has 3 decimals. This has no decimals, so we're going to go with the number of decimals here being 3. So 3 times 10 to the 4th. So if you're on your calculator, this is my calculator, you're going to go 3, okay, exponent 4, 3 exponent 4. Every calculator is different, plus 6.827. Remember, this has to go to 3 decimal places, so 30,000. So 30,006.827, okay, because 3 decimal places is what we do for subtraction and addition. For this one, this is at 3 decimal places. This is at 3 decimal places. So like before, we're going to go to 3 decimal places. Okay, by the way, don't forget the units here. So 0.043. 0.043 minus 0.021. 3 decimal places is 0.022, and this is centimeter cubed. So the numerator to the correct decimal point is this. The denominator for subtraction to the correct weakest link decimal point is this. So 3 decimal places, numerator, 3 decimal places, denominator for addition and subtraction. We figured out the parentheses. Now we got to do the division. And remember, what's the rule for division? It's the number of sig figs. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sig figs. And this one here, the denominator has 2 sig figs. Remember, these zeros are not significant. In the numerator, the zeros are flanking real numbers, or they're surrounded by real numbers, so they are significant. Remember, for decimals, the rules are a little bit different than whole numbers. So 7 sig figs divided by 2 sig figs. 2 sig figs is the weakest link. So let's do this on our calculator here. 30,006.687 divided by 0.022. And to 2 sig figs, I'm going to do 1.4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1.4 times 10 to the 6th grams per centimeter cubed is the correct answer for this combination of computations to the correct number of sig figs. Remember, addition and subtraction, look at the number of decimal places for your weakest link. Multiplication and division, look for the number of sig figs as your weakest link. When you have a combination of both, you're going to work at it piecemeal. Okay, work by the parentheses and sort of work in and then work out.